Welcome to Big Daddy Storytime. We're reading Walt Disney's Winnie the Pooh. Pooh's Neighborhood. Can you see Pooh there with his honey pot? And Piglet there said, "Hello, Pooh. Would you like to read about the neighborhood?" You would, Pooh? Would our friends like to read about Pooh's neighborhood as well? They would? Okay, let's tell them about it. "I say, it's a splendid day in the neighborhood," said Owl. "It's a nice day here, too," said Winnie the Pooh. "Exactly what I'm saying," said Owl. "A perfectly splendid day in the neighborhood." Which neighborhood are we talking about?" said Pooh. "Neighborhood," said Owl. "Our neighborhood, the place where we live and where all of our neighbors live and are neighborly." "Oh," said Pooh, "it is a splendid day in it, isn't it?" "Quite," said Owl. "Now I'm off for an owl's eye view." He flew up and circled once around Pooh's house. "What does it look like from up there?" called Pooh. "I can see the 100-acre woods spread out below me," said Owl, "and it's a fine place indeed." As Owl flew off, Pooh began to think about what it means to live in a neighborhood, and he thought perhaps he would bring a neighborly present to his closest neighbor, Piglet. He took a honey pot out of the cupboard and it tied a nice blue ribbon around it. Then he tucked it comfortably under his arm and stomped down the path toward Piglet's house. But when he reached his thoughtful spot, which is halfway between his house and Piglet's, that is, he thought, "Well, I thought about I could take this path straight to Piglet's house, or I could go up the path and around the whole neighborhood." "That's a great idea, Pooh! And sooner or later the path would take me to Piglet's house anyway." And that is just what Winnie the Pooh did. After he had walked for a time, he came to the house where Kanga and Roo lived. "Hello, Kanga," said Pooh. "I'm just on my way to deliver this neighborly present to Piglet." "But Pooh Bear, Piglet lives that way," said Kanga, pointing down the very path by which Pooh had come. "Yes," said Pooh, "but today I'm going the long way." "Oh, I see," said Kanga. "In that case, perhaps you should join us for a snack." "Come on, Pooh," cried Roo. "We're going to the picnic spot." Pooh said he was feeling a bit 11ish o'clockish, that is, so they all went together past the sandy pit where Roo plays, up to the picnic spot to share a little something. Half an hour and one picnic basket later, Pooh thanked Kanga, "Thank you, Kanga," and tucked Piglet's honey pot back under his arm and stomped down the path toward Rabbit's house. "Hello, Rabbit," called Pooh. "I'm on my way to Piglet's house to give him this neighborly present." "If you're going to Piglet's house, what are you doing here?" asked Rabbit. "I'm going the long way," said Pooh. "More like the wrong way, if you ask me," said Rabbit. "But since you're here, would you mind taking these carrots to Christopher Robin? I promised he'd have them in time for lunch." Well, at the mention of the word lunch, Pooh noticed that his tummy was feeling just the tiniest bit rumbly. "I'd be happy to," he said. With his carrots under one arm and the honey pot under the other, he walked along until he came to the place where the stepping stones crossed the stream. "1, 2, 3, and 4," he counted as he teetered from stone to stone. 8 or 9 of Rabbit's friends and relations heard Pooh and peeked out their windows and doors. Pooh shouted, "Hello, my friends!" Rabbit's friends and relations waved. "Hi, Pooh! How you doing?" Pooh marched across open slopes of heather and up steep banks of sandstone until at last, tired and hungry, he arrived at Christopher Robin's door. "Oh, my carrots!" cried Christopher Robin happily. "Thank you for delivering them." "It seemed the neighborly thing to do," said Pooh proudly. Would you like to join me for lunch? Christopher Robin asked. And Pooh said, well, I really am on my way to Piglet's to bring him this present, but I don't see why I couldn't stop just for a little while. After lunch and a longish snooze, Pooh was back on his way. He walked down the path through the little pine wood and climbed over the gate into Eeyore's gloomy place, which was where Eeyore lived. Hello, Eeyore, said Pooh. I was just on my way to Piglet's house with this neighborly present. Not coming to visit me? Said Eeyore. I didn't think so. It's been such a busy week already. Why, only 4 days ago, Tigger bounced me on his way to the swimming hole. How many visitors can you expect, really? And Pooh, feeling rather badly now, offered Eeyore a nice lick of honey. Pooh opened the jar, and Eeyore peered in, looking back up at Pooh. Pooh peered in. Empty, he said. That's what it looked like to me, said Eeyore. Oh, bother, said Pooh. He stomped off glumly, trying to think how he was going to tell Piglet about the neighborly present Piglet was not going to get. He almost arrived at the place where the woozle wasn't and was deciding to take the long path around it, just in case the woozle was, when he saw Owl flying over. I've seen our whole neighborhood today, Pooh told Owl, but now I have no neighborly present left for Piglet. The bees have been quite busy at the old bee tree lately, said Owl. Perhaps you can get a filler up there. That's a good idea, Owl, but it's such a long way, sighed Pooh. Come along, said Owl. We'll take the shortcut through the woods. So they walked together until they came to an open place in the middle of the forest, and in the middle of this place was the old bee tree. Pooh could hear a loud buzzing sound near the top. Zzz, 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 zzz. Up, 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 he climbed. Go up higher, called Owl. Past the bees, to the very top of the tree. Zzz, zzz, zzz. Now look all around you. What do you see? The 100-acre wood was spread out below him. Our neighborhood, cried Pooh. Our beautiful home. That's the eye view, said Owl grandly. Oh, I see. Poor Piglet out sweeping his walk, said Pooh. Looks like he could use some company. Wow, can you see the whole 100-acre woods, my friends? Great job. That is such a splendid view. That's the owl's eye view. Great job for spotting that, my friends. So Piglet filled the honey pot once more, and he and Owl went to Piglet's house for supper. Oh, great. Can you see Pooh there and Owl and Piglet? They're going to enjoy supper together because that's the neighborly thing to do. What have we learned today, my friends? We learned from Pooh, Piglet, Owl, Kanga, Roo, and the whole 100-acre wood neighborhood that their neighborhoods are special places of friendship. Have a special day, my friends. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more Big Daddy Story Time. God bless.